Hey, Mikey, I got a joke for you. You ready?
I know resistance is futile. Let's hear it.
While examining the body of Mr. Johnson, a mortician notices that Johnson has the largest penis he has ever seen. I'm sorry, Mr. Johnson, says the mortician, but I can't send you to be cremated with a tremendously huge penis like this. It has to be saved for posterity. The mortician then proceeds to surgically remove the penis, place it in a jar, and puts the jar in his briefcase. When he gets home, he decides to show it to his wife. I have something to show you that you won't believe, he says, removing the jar from his briefcase. Oh my God, she screams, Johnson is dead?
And his name is Johnson.
Hey, everybody, I'm Robin.
Hey, everybody. Hold on. I'm going to ask the question that everybody is thinking right now.
What's that?
Did you come up with those jokes
Yeah, why?
all on your own?
Oh, no.
You had-
Those two at the start, no, I had actually found those on the internet, although I did modify them a lot because
Okay.
they were kind of lame.
Oh, so you made him less lame.
I made them less lame and probably dirtier.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Dirtier usually means less lame, but it's on whose, perception, who's asking. Anyhow, hey, everybody.
I'm Robin Hohweiler, or Mr. Robin to you, and as always, I'm here with my fabulous co-host, collaborative partner, and all-around best pal, Mikel Mauree Robinson, a.k.a. Mikey-on-the-Mic. You know, folks, Mikey is a brave volunteer who decided to dive headfirst into a whirlwind of experimental medical treatments to cure her chronic case of sleep deprivation. Picture this. Her noggin nestled snugly inside a colossal metal cube, zapped with a beam of electromagnetic energy that sounds more like a plot twist from a sci-fi flick than a medical procedure. But hold on to your medically induced comas, folks, because treatment number 13 in the series catapulted Mikey's consciousness into a cosmic dream tornado of limitless light. She was overheard saying, I stumbled into a session feeling like a zombie and waltzed out having crash-landed in 17 alternate dimensions. One had beer brats ruling the kingdom with perfect grill marks. Another boasted skies of purple and green, where Walmart employees were as chipper as kids in a candy store. The doctor leading this wild ride shrugged it off as an average Tuesday, while the nurse on Mikey duty reported her speaking in tongues and reciting sublime lyrics backwards, like some intradimensional DJ. Post-treatment, Mikey still... I knew I shouldn't look at you.
Don't, because...
Post-treatment, Mikey still can't catch a wink of sleep and insists her third eye has developed a winking habit at unsuspecting passersby.
And it has dry eye disease.
Plus, she cracked the code to the stock market, matters of the heart, and the mysterious cat staring at nothing in the corner phenomenon.
Or the lady with the mirrored glasses.
Yeah, that's another, inside joke.
Yeah.
She mused, I can't quite wrap my head around what's happening. Sure, I'm still not sleeping, but I can pinpoint which drive-through lanes at the bank double as portals to alternate universes. Here at Mr. Robin's Hood Podcast, we tip our hats to Mikey for her service to the realm of weird frigging science. And as for me personally, I just want to say it could be worse. It could be my skull in that cube. Over to you, Mikey.
Oh my goodness. You know what?
What?
They're probably lucky it's not your skull in that cube, because what just came out of your mouth, out of your skull, was blowing my mind. I'm like, okay, people at Walmart are not chipper like kids in a candy store. And it's yellow and blue, not pink and green.
Pink and purple.
Whatever.
Or green and purple.
Whatever. And whatever else. I was going to try to take notes, but I was so blown away. I want to go back and I want to put my skull back in the cube.
Do I win?
And maybe blast it with actual Sublime lyrics.
Oh, there you go.
And not whatever beams of energy,
electromagnetic,
lightsabers.
Yeah.
Whatever you were saying. Anyway, Robin is full of shiza.
Okay, everybody.
It's a new language while I was in the
I got that. Yeah. I need to write that down. Full of shiza.
Here, let me I don't even know.
Yeah, you do that. This is episode 59, an in-between episode of Mr. Robin's Hood podcast. Look how I spelled that. Pot toast.
Ooh.
Mr. Robin's Hood podcast, and we're coming to you digitally from our scenic secret location somewhere within spitting distance of the number 2 hole of the wood. We're never going to get past that.
I know.
The Woodward Municipal Golf Course in Woodward, Oklahoma. So,
and every time you say it, I look over there like, what's going on at hole 2? Nothing right now.
So, spit shields up and let's roll. Mikey, as is the case with most of our content in these in-between episodes, this is another bizarre case of humans doing weird shit. In this case, at a mortuary in Texas. The content in this podcast was derived from a variety of news reports. It seems that back in early April, the owner of a mortuary located deep in the heart of Texas.
Deep in the heart of Texas. Nice. The stars are big and bright. Wait.
The stars are big and bright tonight. Deep in the heart of Texas.
Okay.
Okay.
That's Robin and I's show choir.
Yeah.
You can't see the show, but we are the choir.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, the owner of a mortuary located deep in the heart of Texas was arrested for allegedly using the severed limbs of corpses for twisted science experiments before sending them to the crematorium. Police raided the joint on a tip about morbid shenanigans. Police found a number of power tools, all tainted with human remains, and a trail of digital experimental notes, and even some photos of detached arms in various states of decomposition.
What kind of science experiments were they doing in there?
I'm going to get to that.
Oh, gosh, the anticipation is quite literally killing me. But you know what? I am one who has definitely toyed around with giving my body to science.
Really?
Donating my body to science. It freaks Brett out whenever I talk about. I'm like,
really?
Donate my body to science. I'm gonna be up there watching those freaks poke and prod me and be like, whoa.
Getting a little personal there, pal.
Yeah. That's not what I signed up for.
The owner's experiments allegedly involved injecting formaldehyde used to preserve specimens in medical labs into the arms of dead bodies and observing how the chemical affected lifeless flesh. The mortician, a 50-year-old woman, and one other individual were charged with abuse of a corpse and 5 counts of tampering with governmental records. Both have been released on bond. The investigation started when the Texas Funeral Service Commission, TFSC, for those of you who might be acronym obsessed, I'm one of them,
Same.
alerted Austin Police Department's Homicide Division about gruesome allegations linked to the mortuary and its owner. In March, according to the arrest affidavit, a former embalmer accused the mortician of fraudulently filing at least 10 death certificates using his name and license, all without his consent. The embalmer further revealed that he had learned about alleged experiments the mortuary was conducting on severed arms inside the facility. TFSC investigators indicated that the experiments had the aim of observing the effect of formaldehyde injected into limbs over time.
But why did they want to know that?
Actually, I'm getting to that too.
Well, God, whatever.
Hang on.
Shut up now.
No, don't.
I'm listening.
I need your commentary to kind of feed this. The investigator went on to say that the severed limbs were later disposed of by cremation. The former employee who filed the initial complaint showed police a screenshot from a work computer that dated to December 2023, appearing to show the mortician documenting updates on her project under a conversation thread named Freedom Art Experiment.
Yeah, they'll never know what we're doing with a name like that.
That thread also featured images of what authorities described as severed arms, each progressing through various states of decomposition.
You know what's disturbing a little bit to me about this?
What's that?
Is you're talking about the severed arm and everything.
Yeah.
And I really did see a severed arm once.
Yeah.
So I'm just having like flashbacks of the severed arm I saw. And I mean, as interesting as it kind of seems to experiment with the stuff like that, there's just kind of wrong. That's somebody's arm. Maybe they didn't want you to cut it off and fill it full of formaldehyde and then burn it by its lonesome.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Right?
That's the empath in you coming out.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, well, if they signed off for it, it's like a DNR. She could have been like, done this experiment maybe the right way.
Yeah.
And not try to do it under the table like a...
Yeah. DNR, do not resuscitate, and then maybe a DCA, do not chop arms.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Anyhow.
Austin Police Department investigators say they have found evidence of more than 129 instances where the mortuary used the former embalmer's name without his consent to file official death certificates with the state of Texas. To her credit, or not, the mortician has come clean to it all, admitting that she used household power tools to dissect the corpses in her care. She also confessed to using the former embalmer's identity to complete and submit official death documents to the state without his knowledge.
I'm getting inspired by a children's book. That sounds crazy.
Pray tell, what children's book is that?
Well, about me writing a children's book about a mortician, not doing this per se.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
But, we really, this is how my mind goes. I guess this is like the creative mind in me. But I'm like, I don't think that, we talk about death enough to kids.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, you try to keep it from them.
Yeah. So what would a great little children's book about a mortician who, I don't know, I have very small inspiration on it. So the storyline is not obviously fully developed, but a storyline of a mortician kind of going through their day-to-day whatever, and having to find the compassion, working with the families, and just a way to teach kids about death and the natural kind of part of life that it is, and that yes, that's sad and there's mourning, but there's also silver linings and joy and...
You're probably actually onto something there.
See?
Yeah.
Brilliant. But this morbid shit got me there. So what does that say? Ugh, anyhow.
But Mikey, here's where it gets really weird. You ready?
I already thought it was weird. I'm ready.
Apparently, the mortician was collaborating with an organization called Med-to-Market, a medical training company, allegedly experimenting on 15 bodies with the facility's permission and keeping them updated on the results. Investigators figured that out when a seized iPhone and iPad contained communication between the mortician and an official from Med-to-Market. Investigators speaking to the company's CEO learned that Med-to-Market had a contract with the mortuary for transport and cremation services. The CEO went on to deny any experimental testing, but confirmed that he had knowledge of the mortuary embalming arms to see how long they could be preserved. He further denied going to the mortuary personally.
Why the arm? Why just the arm?
I don't know. I kind of got it kind of freaked me out when I first saw this Med-to-Market thing. But if they're doing medical training, that means they've got cadavers that are left over. And once you've cut on those for long enough, there's probably nothing left to cut. So then they were transporting, they had a contract with the mortuary to take those in and cremate them.
Oh, instead they were like, yeah, go ahead and chop their arms off and fill it full of formaldehyde because we want to know stuff.
Well, yeah, but by the time that those corpses got there, they were probably they're probably on their way to whatever stink ahead.
Yeah, I just don't know what they were trying to really prove. Like, why did they want to know how long it would preserve?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What's the need in knowing that knowledge? Like, why do you need to know that?
Well, and then the Texas Funeral Services Commission, they jumped up, and their stand on this is that the facility, meaning the mortuary, is not a registered anatomical lab, and added that the mortuary was performing embalming services far beyond the scope of its legal authority. So none of this really, we didn't get enough information out of this. Those two people that were arrested are headed back to court, I think it's sometime this month. I did look to see if they had been back and there was nothing, which means their attorneys probably got a continuance and pushed it, to Halloween or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
were all of those, all the arms that they did, all 129 severed arms, come back for revenge. That's a movie.
Plotting.
Yeah, that's a movie. And there's a bunch of them, and they're coming after the mortician and the CEO to Med-to-Market.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're leaving blood trails in their wake, and
formaldehyde trail.
And they're like, all the hands are holding the mortician down in the end of it, and like they're putting their fingers in its eyes, and blood's out everywhere. And
okay, so far you've come up with a great idea for a kid's book, and another idea for a sort of good movie. Yeah, it'd be on Svengoolie.
Yeah,
sure.
it would be.
Yeah.
I'm such a waste of talent.
Okay. So what do you think, Mikey? We hope you folks conveniently listening at home or in your car enjoyed that. Did you enjoy that, Mikey?
And maybe you're just more disturbed than you were before you turned on this podcast.
Particularly after you listened to my two jokes up at the top.
Yeah, and my inspiration for books and movies and whatnot.
Yeah.
I don't really even know how to feel about this one. Like, at one point, it's like they really weren't being like, it doesn't sound like they were being like super like freaky deaky malicious, like they were just trying to learn something, but why couldn't they have taken like the proper way of doing it? I mean, I don't know how that works, but if you want to do a science experiment or whatever,
they
like
never
a
said
study.
exactly what, and I don't know anything. We'd have to check with a mortician, I guess. But embalming fluid, I think, is mostly formaldehyde, and maybe I'm wrong about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I just don't see the point in injecting an arm full of formaldehyde, a severed arm, injecting it full of formaldehyde, and then sitting and watching, see what happens. I mean, were they expecting it to come back to life?
Yes, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's the thing. I'm gonna have some really weird dreams tonight. I'll tell you on the way to the city tomorrow. All about them.
Okay.
All about them.
If you have any questions for either Mikey or myself about today's episode or any other darn thing, you can email us at mr.robin@mrrobinshood.com or Mikey@mrrobinshood.com. Also, you can find us on Facebook at Mr. Robin's Hood Podcast. As always, you can also reach out to Mikey or me via Podophone at 580-827-0472. Maybe you just want to get something off your chest, or you're feeling some butt pain because of something we said during the podcast. Give us a call. Unless, of course, you're a deranged mad scientist looking to drop some hastily preserved body parts on my doorstep, in which case you'll definitely want to contact Mikey. She has cats. You can leave a voicemail.
And lots of them.
You can leave a voicemail. Text us if you have a question, concern, complaint, compliment, suggestion, whatever. Just don't be a dick about it. In the meantime, tell all your friends to listen to this podcast as though their lives depend upon it. As always, you can stream or download episodes of Mr. Robin's Hood Podcast wherever you usually find that sort of nonsense. We're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, the Podbean app, Apple Podcasts, Player FM, Listen Notes, and Podchaser. You can also stream them directly from our Podbean website at Mr. Robin's Hood Podcast, .podbean.com for free. So we'll close now by reminding everyone, as we always do, to stay hungry, stay foolish, and most importantly, stay weird, you morbid body part freaks.
That's right.
Bye.